We were distracted during our antitrust trial. We didn't assign the best people to do the work. So it's the biggest mistake I made.
American tech giant NVIDIA has overtaken Microsoft as the world's most valuable company.
Bill Gates is furious. And honestly, you would be too if the company you spent decades building just got knocked down the rankings by a chip maker that most people had never even heard of 5 years ago.
And the newest arrival to that list is NVIDIA. And the fact that Jensen doesn't even make his own chips, that everybody has TSMC available, is all the more credit to him.
Stay with me here, because what just happened in the tech world is one of the most dramatic power shifts we have ever seen, and it affects every single one of us.
The chipmaker's stock market value surpassed $3.3 trillion on Tuesday. It comes just days after it overtook Apple as the second most valuable company.
For the first time in recent memory, Microsoft is no longer the second most valuable company on the planet. NVIDIA just took that spot with a market cap of $313 trillion, pushing Microsoft down to $3.04 trillion. That gap might not sound massive on paper, but what it represents is enormous. It tells us who the world believes is going to own the future of technology, and right now, that answer is not the company Bill Gates built.
Then, 6 months, 7 months after ChatGPT, in May of 2023, it hit $1 trillion. And at the time, people were starting to realize that if AI was a gold rush, NVIDIA was the one making the shovels.
Now, before we go further, let us get one thing straight. Bill Gates did not literally punch a wall or flip a table when this happened. But here is what makes this so personal for him. Gates was the one who told Microsoft's current CEO, Satya Nadella, to stay away from OpenAI. When Nadella wanted to invest $1 billion in the company behind ChatGPT back in 2019, Gates looked him in the eye and said, "You're going to burn this $1 billion." He thought it was a waste of money. He thought AI was not ready. He was wrong, and now the whole world knows it.
A lot of people these days are concerned about the rise of AI. Does it frighten you? Does it worry you, AI?
Somewhat.
What worries you about it?
That moment tells you everything you need to know about where Gates stood on AI. The man who built one of the most powerful technology empires in history, the man who called himself a tech visionary, did not see the wave coming. Nadella ignored the advice, pushed forward anyway, and Microsoft ended up pouring over $13 billion into OpenAI. But the deeper story here is not just about that one missed call. It is about the fact that while Gates was skeptical, a man named Jensen Huang was already 3 steps ahead of everyone.
Apple took 1,793 days, or less than 5 years, to go from a $1 trillion company to a $3 trillion company. NVIDIA says, hold my beer. They did the same thing, 1 to 3 trillion, in less than a year.
Jensen Huang is the CEO of NVIDIA, and if you do not know his name yet, you need to. This guy co-founded NVIDIA back in 1993 when the company was just trying to make video games look better on your computer screen. That is it. That was the whole plan. Nobody in that small team could have imagined that those same chips designed for gaming graphics would one day become the engine powering a global AI revolution worth trillions of dollars.
Or the fact that we'll kind of get intellectually lazy and the evolution of our own intellect will stop because we're outsourcing that need to a machine.
Well, it's the first technology that has no limit.
What changed everything was a simple but powerful realization. AI systems need to perform millions of repetitive calculations at the same time, and that is exactly what NVIDIA's GPUs were designed to do. Regular processors handle one task at a time. NVIDIA's chips handle thousands simultaneously. When AI researchers figured that out in the mid-2000s, NVIDIA quietly started shifting its focus. While the rest of the world was still thinking about gaming, Jensen Huang was already thinking about the future.
The company is setting up its first Asia-based R&D center in Taiwan and has announced plans to build headquarters here as well.
Fast forward to today, and NVIDIA controls roughly 80 to 90% of the AI chip market. Think about that number for a second. 9 out of every 10 AI chips powering the data centers behind ChatGPT Google's AI tools, Meta's systems, and Amazon's cloud infrastructure are made by NVIDIA. These companies are not buying from NVIDIA because they like the brand. They are buying because there is literally no real alternative that comes close right now.
If you look at when ChatGPT was first announced, that was the fall of 2022. So it's a really, really fast rise in a very short amount of time.
And the numbers tell the full story of how fast this rise has been. Before ChatGPT launched in late 2022, NVIDIA was worth around $400 billion. Then the AI explosion happened. By June 2023, it hit $1 trillion. By February 2024, it crossed $2 trillion. And just a few months later, it blew past $3 trillion, officially overtaking Microsoft. That is nearly 10 times its value in just 2 years. No company in history has ever grown this fast at this scale.
Demand for NVIDIA's chips has surged as it continues to outpace competitors in the race to build AI capabilities.
Now, here is the part that should really make Gates uncomfortable. Even after Microsoft ignored his advice and invested in OpenAI, they still could not escape NVIDIA's grip. To run all of that AI on Azure, Microsoft has to buy NVIDIA chips. Hundreds of billions of dollars in AI infrastructure spending at Microsoft is flowing right back into NVIDIA's pockets. Microsoft committed to spending over $80 billion on data centers in 2025 alone, and a massive portion of that goes straight toward buying NVIDIA's GPUs. So, in a brutal twist of irony, Microsoft is one of the biggest customers keeping NVIDIA on top. The company Gates built is literally funding the company that just overtook it.
Your future PC will become an AI. It'll be constantly helping you, assisting you in the background.
When you think about it from Gates' perspective, this has to sting on a completely different level. He warned Nadella not to bet on AI. Nadella bet on AI anyway. Microsoft became an AI powerhouse. And somehow, despite all of that, a chip company still stole the crown. It is like training for years to win a race, finally crossing the finish line and finding out someone else was already sitting in the winner's chair the whole time.
It certainly feels like we're in a defining moment here. You know, the biggest craze in tech right now is generative AI.
Gates has openly admitted in recent interviews that AI is moving at a speed that surprises even him. He said it himself, and that is not a small thing coming from a man who has been at the center of the technology world for 5 decades. When Bill Gates tells you something is moving faster than he expected, it means the entire industry underestimated how quickly the hardware side of AI would become the most valuable thing in the world.
You may have never heard of Jensen Huang, but he's now the boss of the world's most valuable company, chipmaker NVIDIA.
There is also a human element to this story that people tend to overlook. Jensen Huang is not some cold corporate figure. He walks NVIDIA's headquarters in his signature black leather jacket, works 7 days a week, and has said publicly that he is either working or thinking about work at every waking moment. He once told an audience that if you want to build something great, you have to suffer, you have to struggle, and there are no great things that are easy to do. That mentality is built into NVIDIA's DNA, and you can see it in how far ahead they are from every competitor.
For a long time, NVIDIA was only really a name in the gaming industry, their graphics chips powering consoles and games PCs. Chips made by rivals like Intel and AMD dominating the data centers and cloud computing infrastructure on which the online world runs.
That lead is not just about chips. Back in 2007, NVIDIA released something called CUDA, a software platform that let developers build AI applications directly on NVIDIA's hardware. Today, there are 5 million developers worldwide who know how to use CUDA. That is 5 million people whose entire workflow is locked into NVIDIA's ecosystem. AMD and Intel are trying to catch up, but they are years behind in building that kind of developer community and loyalty. NVIDIA's moat is not just hardware, it is the whole world built around that hardware.
But at least a decade ago, NVIDIA realized its chips were ideal for training language and image models in the growing field of AI.
And NVIDIA is not resting on what it already has. Jensen Huang unveiled the Blackwell chip in 2024, a processor made up of 208 billion transistors and described as multiple times faster than anything that came before it. Huang called it the engine of a new industrial revolution. The largest data center operators in the world, including Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and Oracle, are all racing to get their hands on Blackwell chips as fast as NVIDIA can produce them. Demand is so far ahead of supply that companies are placing orders and simply waiting because they have no other choice.
Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg recently called him the Taylor Swift of tech. Huang now has the rock star status to go with his trademark leather jackets.
Here is something that puts the scale of NVIDIA's takeover into perspective. Mark Zuckerberg once posted a photo of himself and Jensen Huang swapping their signature jackets and wrote that Huang is like Taylor Swift, but for tech. That happened in early 2024. By the middle of that same year, the media in Taiwan had coined the term Jensanity to describe the celebrity crowds following Huang wherever he went. This is a chip engineer being treated like a global rock star. That does not happen by accident. It happens when someone has quietly built something so essential to the modern world that everyone suddenly realizes they cannot function without it. Out.
Services like ChatGPT, which can write a poem for you or generate code or help you plan a trip. But behind those services, you need massive amounts of computing power. And NVIDIA has become the go-to for those kinds of AI chips.
Now let us go back to Bill Gates for a moment, because his story in all of this is more complicated than just being the guy who got overtaken. Gates had a moment in September 2022, just before ChatGPT launched, where he sat down with the OpenAI team for a private dinner. They showed him a demo of GPT-4. He later described that moment as stunning and mind-blowing, comparing it to seeing the graphical user interface for the very first time back in 1980. Something shifted in him that night. The man who had written off AI as overhyped suddenly understood what was actually happening. But by then, Jensen Huang had already been building the infrastructure for this moment for years.
But perhaps even Jensen Huang might not have predicted just how fast demand for AI would take off, leaving his rivals, and in fact the rest of the world's corporations, for dust.
That timing gap is everything. Gates saw the potential of AI late. Huang had been betting his entire company on it long before most people even knew what a large language model was. While Gates was still skeptical, NVIDIA was already locking up the supply chains, training the developers, and positioning itself as the only company capable of feeding the AI hunger that was about to explode across the entire tech industry.
The secret of NVIDIA's success? They make the chips, specifically the ultra-fast graphic processing units, that are driving the AI revolution.
The appetite for NVIDIA's chips is only growing. Jensen Huang has predicted that data center spending on AI infrastructure could reach $1 trillion by 2028. Microsoft, Meta, Alphabet, and Amazon are already on track to spend over $330 billion on AI infrastructure in 2025 alone, more than double what they spent in 2023. Every single dollar of that is money flowing toward companies that depend on NVIDIA to operate. And at the center of that entire money flow sits Jensen Huang, collecting from every direction.
It's only the 12th company to be number one in the S&P 500. We've seen Apple and Microsoft vying for that position over the last decade. And I think it's ExxonMobil that were, in 2011, that was the number one. So the markets have changed.
What makes this even more fascinating is how this shift is reshaping the entire conversation about what tech leadership actually means. For decades, the most valuable companies in the world were the ones who wrote software, built operating systems, and owned platforms. Microsoft, Google, Apple. Now, the most valuable company outside of Apple is the one making the physical hardware that all of those software giants cannot live without. The world has gone from valuing what runs on computers to valuing what makes computers run.
The founder of the company said his philosophy was either you are running for food or you are running from becoming food. That mindset, along with this obvious market affection for AI, that's happening on one hand. And then on the other hand, there are a number of people involved in AI saying, wait, slow down.
And while Gates watches all of this unfold, he is still trying to stay relevant in the AI conversation. He has said publicly that if he were starting a new business today, he would launch an AI-focused company. He has said AI will transform medicine, education, and virtually every industry within a decade. He has changed his tune completely from the man who told Nadella to stay away from OpenAI. But saying the right things now does not change the fact that when the defining moment of the AI era arrived, Bill Gates was standing on the wrong side of it.
In the last 18 months, as AI development went exponential, so did demand for NVIDIA's chips and its market value.
The gap between NVIDIA and its competitors is not closing anytime soon. Yes, AMD is pushing forward with its own AI chips. Yes, Google and Amazon have developed some custom silicon for their own data centers. But none of them have the combination of hardware, software, developer ecosystem, and manufacturing relationships that NVIDIA has spent 3 decades building. It is not just that NVIDIA makes the best chips today. It is that switching away from NVIDIA would require companies to retrain millions of engineers, rebuild their entire software pipelines, and accept lower performance in the meantime. Nobody is willing to do that.
When you invent a tractor or even a cell phone, you kind of figure out, okay, we can figure out how that's going to change life.
Bill Gates once said that he has only seen 2 truly revolutionary technologies in his lifetime: the graphical user interface that made Windows possible and generative AI. He got the first one right and built a $3 trillion empire around it. The second one, he doubted it, dismissed it, and watched a chip company from California turn it into the most valuable technology race in human history. NVIDIA did not just overtake Microsoft on a valuation chart. It took over the AI world, and it did it by building the one thing nobody else could replace.
Here, where the AI is very intelligent, and when you put it in robotic form, it can do a lot of both blue-collar and white-collar jobs. The fact that's happening over the next decade, the idea of, do we really trust government to adjust the tax policies and make sure that, okay, we're shortening the work week? So it's happening very fast.
Gates predicted AI would transform everything. He just did not predict that the biggest winner would not be the company building the software, but the company selling the hardware that makes all of it possible. In every great gold rush, the richest person in the room is not the one digging for gold. It is the one selling the shovels. In the AI gold rush, Jensen Huang is selling every shovel on the planet. If this kind of breakdown helps you understand what is happening in tech and where the money and power is actually moving, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a video like this one.